which is the yes! Yes! This is what I was asking for. I wonder what titles. Minish Cap! I was literally gonna say it. It was at the tip of my tongue. So we're just a few minutes away from Nintendo's latest Direct. Nintendo's first Nintendo Direct of 2023. And in fact, my first upload of 2023. At this point, I feel like I'm not even a YouTuber anymore. I hardly upload videos. But when it comes to occasions like this, you bet I'm gonna be reacting. Anyways, let's see. This is it, boys. The first Nintendo Direct of 2023. What do we got? What is this gonna be? Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg? Pikmin 4? Wow, Nintendo, you're going in strong with this. They're starting it off with a bang. I really wish I was into the Pikmin series. Like, I feel like I'm missing out on so much hype. It's just like Splatoon. Like, I see the world going crazy whenever a new Splatoon is announced or anything Splatoon related is announced, and I'm just like, man, I feel like I'm missing out. I just never got into Splatoon, nor did I ever get into Pikmin. By the time I actually found out this series, there were like 2 games deep, and I was just like, I'm not gonna get into it. But Pikmin 4, they released a mobile Pikmin game as well. I think it was like last year or something, which was a great addition to their mobile series, because they have like a Super Mario title, a Mario Kart title, an Animal Crossing title, a Fire Emblem title. So it only makes a Pokemon, like Pokemon Go, even though that's, you know, mainly Niantic's thing, but still, you know, it's good to see that they're giving the spotlight to all of their big franchises. So yeah, I mean, you know, you got binoculars here. Ah, is that a new Pikmin? An ice Pikmin? I'm assuming it must be a new Pikmin. I mean, they're like in deep space. Oh, okay. He froze the water. Look at that. He froze the water. And then there's like a Pikmin dog. I feel so ignorant. I have no idea what the heck I'm even talking about right now. I just, you know, Pikmin is just one of those series for me. I'm so ignorant to it. It's his name. Oh, no, that's not Shepard. Shepard was a different character. But yo, that's cool. Look at that. Like, he acts as your companion, you know. You can ride him. Just like Plessy. You know, get you across little ponds of water. They're so itty-bitty small, so like it makes sense. Like, the world is so massive around them. And imagine being a Pikmin fan right now. You must be losing your mind. You must be like ecstatic. You must be like over the moon with this. It's a Nintendo Switch release too, so it'll be nice. Anything on Switch is usually good. Oh, what is this? Something ominous? There's more, it's not the end of it. Are those star bits? They look like star bits in the back. 7/21/2023, so it's a summer release.
Let's see our first batch of Nintendo Switch headlines.
Okay, let's see. This is it. This is where it gets juicy.
This new hero is a real gem. Introducing Volume 3 of the Xenoblade.
Oh, Xenoblade. See, Xenoblade Chronicles is also another one of those series I just never got into. So again, like when anything Xenoblade's announced or they speak about anything Xenoblade related, I feel so detached. I'm like, okay, I wish I could feel this hype. I wish I could feel what these guys are feeling, but I just don't like play games like that anymore. Maybe because I'm an old man now.
For every win, you'll earn more heroes and special
I just grew up, you know.
Rack up victories with your heroes.
But I heard great things about Xenoblade 3. A lot of people that I know like are into the Xenoblade series, so
And coming in Volume 4 later this year.
lucky you guys get some nice DLC.
Is this really what you want? Nothing's gonna get through to him. He's a heartless machine.
Wow, the world is so beautiful, man.
Volume 3 of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 expansion pass for the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 game launches on the Nintendo Switch system February
Wow,
15th.
very soon. I mean, Xenoblade 3 did come out last year, so I think it was like around the summertime. So it's been a while, so good on you guys.
Groove to the beat in a brand new Samba de Amigo game.
I'm happy for the Xenoblade fans and the Pikmin fans.
And gently shake them like maracas to match
Oh, okay. This is like one of those Friday Night Funkin' type games.
The instructions on screen to pose and dance.
Oh, what the heck? Did you see her? She's like in the corner doing her little dances. So I guess it's one of those games that you have to, like, you know, interact with in a sense by like actually moving up and around. Fashion Dreamer, wow. A whole game about fashion. This is pretty cool. I mean, look at this world.
Or suggest new outfits for them to grow as an influencer.
I wonder like where the ideas for like games like this come out of. Like somebody's like, oh, there's a huge community of gamers that are into fashion. We should design a game that is around fashion specifically just for them. And then this game is born. Fashion designer. You know, if you don't have the courage to be a real life influencer, well, you can simulate that experience in a video game. How many of you guys are picking up Fashion Dreamer?
Delve into these dark worlds.
Delve into dark world.
Castle beckons in this new
Oh, heck yeah, some Dead Cells DLC.
Dead Cells. Venture through the
I literally love this game so much, I bought it 3 times. I bought it on PlayStation, I bought it on, actually I bought it 4 times. I bought it on Android, iOS, PlayStation, and Switch. Such a good game. If you're into 2D side-scrolling, pixelated art games, this is it. This is the one. Beautiful world. Very challenging game as well. It can be if you don't know what you're doing, but it's that thrill of, you know, having a rinse, repeat, go again. It's really nice, and they actually added, you know, other characters from different games, like Shovel Knight, for example. He's in the game, so you could play with Shovel Knight in this game if you'd like.
Once upon a time,
the young witch and the ferocious demon.
Experience Bayonetta's origins as a young witch.
No way! This is so cool. I was gonna say, bro, she looks like Bayonetta, like the girl, but I didn't want to like sound ignorant, you know? Like, this is probably not a Bayonetta game. This is cool.
I'm going to become a witch.
Bayonetta is also one of those series that, again, so massive, like such a big fan base for it, but again, no interest in it whatsoever. So I can imagine there are probably people out there losing their minds watching this, like, oh, I cannot wait to play the origin series of Bayonetta.
They'll need to work together in battle as well. Cereza cannot attack and can only support Cheshire by magically binding enemies.
Oh, really? So she doesn't even, she controls demons. Is that how she figured out she was a witch? From a young age, she was just interacting with demons and stuff, using them to like do her dirty work, killing people.
The duo will gain strength as they continue their journey. By obtaining more powers, new paths can be opened, and battles can be more easily swayed in your favor. Can Cereza and Cheshire find their happily ever after?
Cheshire, let's go!
Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon prowls onto the Nintendo.
Oh wow, that's coming out very soon. Like think of the release of Bayonetta 3. It recently came out like a few months ago, and then like they got an origin story coming up now. That's amazing. What a time to be a Bayonetta fan, huh? Okay, what do we got here? Splatoon, some more Splatoon 3 action. What, some DLC? It has to be some DLC for Splatoon. What is it? Unless they're squeezing out Splatoon 4, there's no way they would do that. There's no way. It's too soon for Splatoon 4. Unless Nintendo are that crazy and ambitious. They're like, you know what? Squeeze out the 4th one. Let's cash grab. I refuse to believe it's Splatoon 4. It has to be DLC. Yeah, expansion pack. Makes sense.
Introducing the Splatoon 3 expansion pass.
The caption, Splatoon.
Waves of content.
That's hilarious. Splatoon.
First wave is Inkopolis. Make this splat-tastic place
Okay,
from the
come
original
on,
Splatoon
Nintendo.
game, your stomping ground.
Cringe. These puns are cringe. Of course, everything's paid for. When does Nintendo ever give you anything for free? Never. Never. They have to make sure they specify that it's paid for DLC. But hey, get it all out now. If they're getting all this stuff out now, then at the end, I'm assuming there's gonna be a couple bangers. I'm excited to see what these bangers are. What is this? Is this also Splatoon? Looks like Splatoon. Oh, okay. Side order. Interesting. It's like a colorless world, an inkless world. So it's like you probably have to, you know, recolor it by completing it. Oh, there you go. So it's wave 1 and wave 2.
Wave 2 side order will launch in the future.
Okay. Well, lucky Splatoon fans. You know, I'm sure you guys are rejoicing and having a grandiose of a time right now.
People have played Splatoon 3 since its launch.
Not me. I bought it, but I never played it. Like, how many games on my Switch do I own that I've paid for and I've never touched? Mario Rabbids, the new one, Splatoon, you know, what else is there? Like, I'd have to look through my Switch, but there's a lot of games. A lot of games. Alright. Give us something juicy. Ooh, Illusion Island. Yo, I love Disney stuff. You know.
Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck.
Is it gonna be like
Goofy.
It's gonna be like a 2D side-scrolling game, kind of like Cuphead?
Find 3 magical books and save the mysterious island of Monarch. Run.
Okay, so it is a side-scroller.
And swing to
Whoa, it's giving me like Kirby vibes, like 2D Kirby game vibes. It's really cool.
Special abilities, you can reach new places and
Oh, this is gonna be sick, dude. I bet you they're gonna like pack it with so many Disney references from different films and whatnot. So this is one of those games that I'll probably buy, but this time I'll play. Like, I won't actually sleep on it.
Each character's personality.
Oh wow, look at that. Is it 4-player? It's not. They're just showing off all characters. Wow, that's so cool. Yo, you can play it multiplayer. That's legit. Look at that. You got Goofy, Donald. You got 4 players. Unless these are like, they're all working with you.
And you might discover new paths.
But yo, if it's a multiplayer game, this is gonna be legit. We haven't had like a good 2D side-scrolling multiplayer game in ages from Nintendo. I like this.
On a high-flying adventure in Disney Illusion Island. Nintendo Switch, July 28th.
Okay, well that's a minute away. A day before my birthday. Nice.
More emblems are on the way. New emblems are coming to future waves.
Fire Emblem, another one of those series. Like everything Nintendo, bro. I'm the fakest Nintendo fan on earth, like straight up. Like anything that's not Mario or Zelda, I'm just like, yeah, it's not my thing. Man, just constant DLC for these games. That's crazy, dude. If only Nintendo like did this with their mainline Mario games. I mean, they are. Like, I know somebody's gonna get mad. They're doing it with Mario Kart, Sully. I know. They are. You're not wrong. They did it with Odyssey. You know, we had Balloon World with Odyssey and whatnot. But still, you know, I feel like they could be doing more. But maybe they're just saving up all their time and energy and hype for like whatever is next for Mario. You know, I can't complain. We did have Bowser's Fury 2 years ago, so it's not like they're not putting out when it comes to Mario stuff. But I do have a feeling that they're gonna announce something crazy. Like, I just have this feeling that something crazy is about to be announced. Find your role. What is this?
Octopath Traveler 2 is just around the corner.
Oh yeah, we've seen this. We've seen plenty of this.
After today's Nintendo Direct, a demo containing the game's opening hours will be available on Nintendo.
Nice. It's giving me like Final Fantasy 1 and 2 vibes.
Which path will you take first?
This looks like a really cool game.
And where will your journey lead you?
If I was like, you know, if I played games like I used to when I was younger, I would totally check this game out. You know, it looks like a beautiful RPG, especially with like the pixelated graphics too. I love that. We Heart Katamari. I remember these games, Katamari.
New features include playing as the young king of all cosmos in 5 new challenges.
Are these games like really popular here in the West, or are they like popular in Japan and that's why like Nintendo released them like so frequently? I always wondered like why Nintendo give preference to certain titles over others. Like, is it really like, do they base it on demand, or do they base it like on the demand of like, you know, Japanese players that play these games, or what is it exactly? Sea of Stars. This looks really cool. Another one of these crazy looking RPGs. Pixelated graphics, 2D side scrolling, new characters. Very gorgeous world. Looks amazing. Look at that. And then you got the overworld.
Inspired tunes from the renowned Yasunori Mitsuda, a guest composer for the game. Sea of Stars sails onto Nintendo Switch August 29th. A free demo will launch later today on Nintendo eShop. Duke it out in this free-to-play online multiplayer showdown. Form 2 teams of 3 and challenge others to lightning-fast battles.
Omega Strikers. What is this, like a sports game?
Use each striker's skills to dominate each match.
Like, that's just crazy. Like, how many worlds and games there are like nowadays. Different characters, different worlds. Like, it's kind of overwhelming. It's like so much happening like every year. Like,
Slides onto Nintendo Switch April 27th. Pre-orders for this free-to-play game begin today on
oh, it's a
Nintendo
free-to-play game. Cool. I wonder what the gimmick is. Maybe you gotta like pay for certain things. Or maybe if you want to play, I mean, if you want to play online, you gotta have a Nintendo Switch Online membership.
Switch remastered in HD. Many treasures lie deep within a massive labyrinth. Its paths are intertwined. and
Whoa, is this like a
monsters lurk in the
first-person
shadows.
player game? Like you're viewing it from the eyes of the character?
By drawing the map as you explore, you can progress even further.
No way. Wow.
Venture into the labyrinth with 5
It looks like something that could have been on 3DS. Maybe it was a 3DS game because they did say it's an HD port. So it probably was a 3DS title that they're porting to the Nintendo Switch. I've never heard of this game before. There's a lot of games I've never heard of before. Oh, is this Kirby?
A new story will unfold in the Kirby's Return
Oh
to
yeah,
Dreamland
I forgot they're releasing a Return to Dreamland Deluxe. So this was the one that came out for Nintendo Wii, and now look at it. It looks so good now. Like, I don't know how I feel about the outline that's around everybody, but still, I guess that's how they make it look like super HD. Because the game didn't look bad at all back in 3DS. Ooh, the Magalore story?
Is a basic attack and jump.
Oh, is he supposed to be like the Nabbit of
Magalore's
Kirby?
powers, you'll need to collect magic points by defeating enemies.
It's like Dead
Magic
Cells.
points, different abilities can be restored and enhanced. Improve Magalore's levitation or increase his attack range. The order in which you restore his powers is up to you. There are over 20 interdimensional stages to explore.
This is pretty cool. Like, it's definitely new content for a game that came out like 10 years ago. Plus, you get the original game in HD, so it gives you an incentive to buy it, especially if you already own it. You know, like you can't play this unless you have the new one. Deluxe, yes. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, literally a new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Exactly what it is.
After today's
This game was really fun.
Demo will be available on Nintendo eShop.
No way, cool.
Up to 4 players can play a specially arranged demo with select stages and sub-games.
Ooh, I don't think that was in the original game either, those like select stages, so it's definitely just a demo. And it comes out February, nice. Sure, Kirby fans are
We hope you're looking
having a
forward
ball with
to
this
the new
one.
story in Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe.
All right, we got 12 minutes.
Here's some news about Nintendo Switch Online. Please take a look at this.
Ooh, what if they announced GBA games? How cool would that be? Like, it's about time they give us more than just Game Boy. Come on, like, just give us some Game Boy Advance games. There are plenty of fans out there that would enjoy experiencing some of the best GBA classics. Okay, like,
Switch, you can play these games anytime, anywhere, just like you could.
oh, that's funny. Look at his Bowser icon. That's the same icon that I rock for my
Let's
Switch.
introduce the games that will be available at launch.
And you think GBA, like, not to sound like a hater or anything, or like I'm ungrateful, but GBA was what I grew up playing. I'd love to play games with colors, HD.
That Wario stole from you. The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening DX.
Bro, why would I play this? I could literally just play the remake for Switch. Like, I could literally just play that if I wanted to. Gargoyle's Quest.
From the Ghosts and Goblins series. Game & Watch Gallery 3.
Oh, cool.
Game & Watch titles.
Oh, that game, yo, that DK one, that was my thing when I was younger. I used to have one of those little Game Boy keychains, and it had that game on it. It was yellow. It's my school alarm clock. Oh, nice, Metroid 2. These games are really fun. The GBA ones, though, like, superior. Wario Land 3? Oh, some Game Boy Color titles. Cool, cool. Hopefully they throw in some Game Boy Advance games. Nope.
Dreamland. Float, inhale, and spit out enemies in Kirby's debut title. You can use the Game Boy, Game Boy Pocket, or Game Boy Color screen filters.
Okay. See, that's a good feature, Nintendo. Good on you for doing that. I really thought they were just gonna let you play it in the Game Boy style, but no, like, you could play it in color too, so you could pick between the 3 different filters if you'd like, which is yes! Yes! This is what I was asking for. I wonder what titles. Minish Cap! I was literally gonna say it! It was at the tip of my tongue! Bro, of course, they have to release Minish Cap. It's truly one of the greatest games of all time. Super Mario Bros. 3? Heck yes!
Super Mario Advance 4.
Or Advance 4, but it's technically Super Mario Bros. 3, you know? One of my favorite games of all time. Mario and Luigi. They better give us Mario and Luigi. Probably not, because it was DLC. They re-released it on Nintendo 3DS. And, you know, Alpha Dream's bankrupt, so they probably don't even want to talk about it. Mario Kart 6 Super Circuit? Nice! Bro, I love this game. Mario and Luigi Superstar Sagas, of course! Of course we're getting Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. I was worried they weren't gonna give it to us. They got to. Bro, look at this. I got my Game Boy Micro here. I obviously got my favorite game of all time. Oh no, it's not this one. But you know, here we go. Look at this, look at this. Look at this. I just gotta show you. Like, this is always on my desk. Like, it's nice to have everything finally in one, because I literally got all 3 of these games on my desk. I got like every single GBA game that you'd see here that they announced, you know, and we got a link to the past. Very nice. I'm so excited. This is actually the best news that we've gotten all year. Probably in the last 2 years. Like, I'm not even tripping. Like, this is so exciting.
Select Game Boy titles will be playable on Nintendo Switch.
I like that.
And after today's Nintendo Direct, you'll be able to play the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance titles we introduced.
Later today. That's nice.
Please look forward to more information about Nintendo Switch Online and Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack in the future. Let's see a few more headlines.
This is the best thing Nintendo has done for Nintendo Switch Online, like the GBA stuff. And they're finally going to be releasing more, I'm sure. The Origin of Metroid Prime games remastered? It's funny because I saw people tweeting this like it's like they were expecting this. So I guess, like, yeah, one of the leaks were correct. I don't know if it was leaked or not. Maybe they just like expected Nintendo would release this. Nintendo's smart, man. Like, I'm not even going to lie. Like, these guys have so many great classics from the past, and they're just like, you know, re-releasing them, cashing out again and again and again. Like, New fans can experience this, old fans can experience this. This was one of my favorite games of all time on GameCube. So I'm definitely gonna be picking this game up for sure. It looks gorgeous. It doesn't even look like the original. Wow, remastered. Metroid Prime remastered, baby. Nice.
The first Metroid Prime game, originally released on the Nintendo GameCube system, has been remastered for Nintendo Switch.
It looks amazing, like no joke. It looks so
From
good.
the perspective of Samus Aran. But beware, there's more to this alien planet than meets the eye. Visors are the key to your adventure. They'll help you discover info and clues on how to progress. Depending on the situation, a certain visor may be required. When hostile
Oh, this is gonna be so much nostalgia, dude. I remember when they came out with Metroid Prime Hunters for Nintendo DS. Like, I was so fascinated because I was like, they have like they literally brought the Metroid Prime from GameCube. Like, they gave you like a DS variant of like a handheld variant, which was so dope because it was just like this too.
You can also select a control style.
But this looks amazing.
Feel of the original game, among other control options.
Heck yeah.
Explore Talon 4 with your preferred playstyle. The digital version of Metroid Prime Remastered launches on Nintendo eShop later today. The physical version of the game will be available in stores February 22nd.
Nice. I don't do physical copies. Okay, so we're 6 minutes away from the direct ending. Okay, this is it. Finally, the final thing they're gonna announce. It has to be Zelda. Like, nope, never mind. It's not Zelda. What is this? A Hat in Time? I don't know. I'm just guessing, bro. I don't know what this is. Oh, a new World of Steam. Professor Layton, that's right.
Wave 4 is racing in.
When does Wave 4 come out? Ooh, yo, that Yoshi's Island track, look at this. Is this a brand new course? Even Mario Kart Tour hasn't seen this. Or maybe it has. I haven't played Mario Kart Tour in ages, so maybe I'm tripping, but this looks legit. It's like,
Birdo, who originally hit the track in
no way. Birdo is back? Wow. Oh, that is so cool. Look how like that platform just like came about as you approached it. This is such a clean track.
Wave 4 of the Mario Kart
When are we getting
Deluxe
this?
Booster Course Pass DLC for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game races onto the Nintendo Switch system this spring.
So far, we've seen more re-releases than anything new. Is that it?
Thank you for staying with us so far. This will be our last segment. Please
Zelda. It has to be Zelda. There's no way it's not. Yep. Tears of the Kingdom. Here we go. Okay, so those are definitely some new enemies. We've never seen those guys before. Is that like a tower? Yup, it looks like a couple towers peeking out the ground with light coming out of them. Definitely got some... Oh, look at those enemies. They look different.
Rise, my servants.
The Zolfos.
Sweep over Hyrule. Eliminate this kingdom and her allies.
No.
Leave no survivors.
Is that the king? Why is the king saying that? No, they actually killed off every single person alive in Hyrule. Ooh, look at that. Some new Guardian abilities. Guardians get different types of abilities. Look at that. Did you see that dragon thing carrying the Moblin? You got some new...
But Link, I am not sure you'll be able to stop him.
Wow, did you see that? There's like hieroglyphics on the ground. Whoa, he was like surfing on some rails. That's clean. I'm so curious to know what happened to his arm. Look at that. He doesn't need a Sheikah Slate no more. Yo, look at that. He's operating a vehicle. It's not the Master Cycle, and even operating some drone in the air. That's legit. The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. The kingdom is crying.
Please, lend him your power.
This has to be happening at the beginning. You see Link's arm, how it was like purple? I think this is before it got replaced with like the Guardian arm. Maybe like it fused with the Sheikah Slate or something. But 5/12/2023.
Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, the latest entry in the Legend of Zelda
Is that
series.
that's Etika's birthday? Wow. They're releasing it on Etika's birthday. That's
A
nice.
collector's edition of the game
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that guide case thingy. I want this. I want to buy this. That is so cool.
also be available.
I'm gonna buy this. Of course I will. Zelda Breath of the Wild was like the only game where I bought like that package deal. I got the Sheikah Slate, I got the guide, I got the physical copy. It's the only like Switch game where I own the physical copy of. It's always in my Switch. I'll never take it out of my Switch. But that was a good direct, I'm not gonna lie. I was really happy to see that they released or they announced the GBA stuff. That was something that I've always wanted, and it was nice to finally see that they did that. Especially my 3 favorite Game Boy Advance games, Minish Cap, Super Mario Bros. 3, and Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. So that's definitely my biggest takeaway from this. The Tears of the Kingdom trailer was nice to see as well. One thing that I am worried about is like if it will live up to Breath of the Wild, or if Breath of the Wild will be the better game. It's hard to make any judgments now, obviously, because nobody's seen any actual gameplay of Tears of the Kingdom other than what Nintendo have shown us. But nobody's, I feel like, played the game, and there's no leaked footage of the game itself. So we can't really judge that until the game comes out. But either way, it's coming out very soon, and it's definitely a game that I'm going to be covering here on the channel, and a game that I'm going to be playing on release. So I'm very, very hyped about that. But let me know what your takeaway was on the Nintendo Direct for today. What was your favorite announcement of all of the announcements? I'd love to know. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.